Like most of you, this was a very long weekend. I went to 2 store championships, and this first one I'm going to show you is from Legacy Games in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Kind of small 12-person tournament, but a lot of aggro. So if you're looking at how to navigate aggro, specifically from Blurple, check this video out. There's a lot of great stuff. I'm going to start off with the Aurora on turn 1. Octopus, Royal Guard. I opted for him over Rafiki, and it normally paid off. There was a play on Sunday where that didn't really work out for me. She's going to go ahead and ink, play another Aurora, and fire the cannons. Now that's just such a great move on turn 2, quest for 1. Because not only does it keep your characters safe from my octopus, but normally what I'm going to want to do is Blurple is set up the Mim Elephant bounce, and so I don't have a bounce target. So I don't get the Tipo. That's kind of hard. So turn 2, I ink. I do get the Tipo. Extra card into the inkwell. Pass turn. She puts down the lady into the rhino. Lady's such a pain to deal with. Blurple really doesn't like when you flood the board, and Lady's great for that. But no Tiana, so I'm okay with that. She quests, she's up to 3 lore now. Ink per turn quest. Normally a good sign that the elephant's coming down. Send the Tipo back in my hand. Not only is it great to get that elephant on the board, but when you can now have the Tipo in your hand to ink, that's really great as well. So shift Rhino, which I don't mind too much. It's kind of a slower play. And Blurple has a lot of good ways to deal with that. Quests up to 9, that Rhino. So this game's getting away from us, and we only have an elephant on the field. Ink for turn, Elsa. Elsa's an MVP in this matchup. Takes out the lady, and then sings. I use elephant to sing Into the Unknown on that Rhino. So I do give them 2 extra ink, but they're running out of cards, so I don't really mind that too much. And there's another Aurora. They got 2 Auroras on the field. You can't see the bottom one. I apologize for that. But she plays the lady, nothing else to play with it. That's unfortunate. You never want to be in that position. So I did miss the elephant trigger. So I'm going to go back and do that. It's so tricky. I don't know if you're supposed to do it before you draw for turn or how that works. But I clear the board. Bell, another one, just does a lot of work into this matchup. And now it's 1 to 11, but we have total board control. All right, she does have the dock, though. And then ladies into the Mulan. Nothing to do with the Mulan trigger. She doesn't have any cards in her hand, so it doesn't matter anyways. So elephant right off the bat transfers the damage over, takes out Mulan. Play Vision of the Future. Now, one thing I think I did a pretty good job on this day, not so much the second day, was I was playing very patiently. I really prioritized card draw. So with that Visions, looks like I'm able to get the Iago, quest for 4, 5 to 11. We're in pretty good shape. Desperate Plan, kind of a not something you see every day in one of these decks, but a great way to draw some extra cards. Really not what I wanted to see at this moment, trying to keep board control. Uses the Fire the Cannons on the Iago. Iago's hit or miss. He either does great or he's taken out with a 1-cost action. This Jafar good into evasives, but probably not what she wanted to see at this moment when she's trying to race to 20. She quests up to 14. I play the Elsa, exert the Jafar. Use the elephant. Take out the lady. Bell takes out to the dock. And then Elsa into the Jafar. I was really trying to keep damage on that elephant, just being able to send it over every turn. This elephant put in a lot of work. So here's the Tiana. Unfortunately, it might be a little too late. And then the 1-drop Captain Hook. Back over to me. Celia right. See again, just looking for card draw. I think I have pretty good board control. Now it's just kind of setting up, maybe finding some Hades or anything to deal with some larger threats that might come through. And I just quested out up to 11. She's got the Pluto bodyguard. I think she decides not to exert it. Quest for 2 with the Tiana up to 16. Getting pretty close. Elephant's another one that's good into this Pluto. Just send 1 damage over, and that Pluto goes from a 5/5 to a 1/5. So it looks like I pay the fee, have Bell take out Tiana, quest for 3. I'm up to 14 now, and I play Yeah, I got that genie supportive friend on the board as well. So I put down large rhino, and I just got game on board. I got 6 lore. On to game 2. Game 2, she's on the play again. She's going to start with the Aurora. And what you really want is to quest with that Aurora on turn 2 and put down the Tiana. Basil this time, no Octopus Guard. I do think Octopus is probably better in this aggro matchup. It can trade, or it can take something out and still survive. And with all my card draw, I can get him pretty beefy as well. So now the double 1-drop play, quest with Aurora. Now it's a choice to take out this Aurora or not. I do get the Tipo down, so that means I can lose the Basil and still have a bounce target for Tipo. It's a little risky, but looks like I'm going to opt to trade Basil into Aurora. I think that's the right move, but if they fire the cannons on this Tipo, I'm not going to be able to get an elephant down on turn 4. Here's the Nala Aurora, so they're just throwing everything down. Quests for 2 up to 3. Nala is another one, kind of hard to deal with, but we got some tools for it. So I play Hypnotic Strength onto my Tipo. I guess I don't have a 4-drop in my hand. Octopus Guard down, and my Tipo is able to take out the hook and survive, which is nice. Wish I could have used that on the Nala, but she wasn't exerted yet. So another lady. Doesn't look like she has anything to add with it. Quests up to 8, 0 to 8. So I go ahead and into the unknown. Octopus Guard. Take out the Aurora with my other one. Back over to her. So we got the big Rhino again. Quests up to 11. That big Rhino, I think he's just too slow into the Blurple matchup. All it takes is the Hades or into the unknown. But so I do take out the Aurora with the 1 guard who can survive, and then trade my other one into that lady. Quest, I'm on the board. Bounce back with my elephant. Finally got my elephant. So now we still don't have complete board control, but we're getting there, and it looks like she's only got the 1 card in hand now, 2. So lady into Troubadour, quest for 2. I unfortunately don't have any damage on my elephant to send over. I get the Elsa, exert the lady. I send the elephant into the big Rhino to get rid of his resist, and then Octopus can finish him off. And I do use Elsa on the lady. So now we're down to just a Troubadour, and I got some damage on my elephant to send over. So Lawrence comes over, quest for 1. Play Sail, trying to find some answers. Iago again. And again, this play was a total misplay on my part. I should have done that at the beginning of my turn. And I take that back. Thought I was sending the damage over. It looks like I just take out the Troubadour with both. Quest for 2 up to 16. And it's getting close. We're only at 2 lore. She's at 16 with game on board. So Bell, I'm able to move 3 damage over. I mean, that's what's nice about the damage moves. The damage move mechanic is that it bypasses resist. Send elephant into Lawrence. I send elephant first so that you can get that damage I can send over next turn. And we're at 3 to 16 here. Troubadour, not what you want to top deck right now. So this is the misplay I was talking about. So I send the damage over. Play Vision of the Future. Get a genie down. Quest up to 8. We're getting there slowly but surely. Fire the cannons once again on my Iago. Didn't get much out of my Iagos this game. There it is. So I send the damage over, and I guess, yes, I did have enough to take him out. I need 3 damage. Yeah, bypass resist. Play another Vision. Probably looking for a Hades or something to deal with whatever comes down next. Quest it out. 14. And I got game on board. So here comes the Tiana. Quest it out. Take round 1. Now going to round 2. Another Amber Steel and another on the draw. Starts off with the baby Rhino. Apologize, it's the bottom of the frame there. Little Rhino comes through. I got my Octopus Royal Guard down. Ink's return, and she's going to play the Nala. Looks like she's not going to quest, which is probably a good sign that she has the big one, the big rhino in her hand. So I get Tipo down. Extra ink, and I'm definitely not questing. I might be able to, I could have quested, but I didn't want to quest my octopus and then have the big rhino come in and take it out for free. Alright, so she's going to get down that Mulan, discard a card, keep a card, draw a card, discard a card. Really great way to look for a dock, or if you have two docks in your hand, to get rid of one of them and get something better. And I believe that's all she does on this turn. That's unfortunate. So go ahead and ink, quest with Tipo. It's a good sign. You got the elephant coming down next turn. Turn him to hand. Still not going to quest with that octopus. This is a pretty good position for me. Elephant's pretty much able to clear all of this. I don't even know what... I mean, the shift rhino could be a little bit annoying at this point, but this game's getting out of hand pretty quickly. Alright, so she gets the Tiana down. And now here's an interesting question. Do you quest with your characters, or do you wait for that Tiana to be able to exert? It's tricky against Blurple. Again, I can Elsa the Tiana, I get into the unknown, or I could Elsa the Nala. When I quest with the octopus, which is a sign that another elephant's coming down, so no Elsa this turn, put him back down, quest for one with my elephant. And I think that was the right play not to quest out with their characters. I think when you're building up this board and get the Tiana down, the goal is to be able to exert them all together. And if you have a bodyguard like a Pluto at this point, that would be really good too. Alright, so 2 ink. She does finally shift the big rhino. I think you want to quest out right here. Yeah, she goes up to 8 lore with that quest. It's a pretty good quest. All questing for 3, that's pretty big. But I do have 2 elephants, I have an octopus, and into the unknown onto the Tiana right off the bat. Hypnotic strength onto elephant. I can now take out the rhino, and probably the worst part about that is now I get the 4 damage onto my elephant to send over next turn. I'm able to take out the Nala with my elephant, no damage, and then that octopus is going to trade into that Mulan. So we are down 8-3, but we have total control of the board. 2 elephants down, 1 with 4 damage, ready to be sent over next turn, or 2 of the damage at least. So she does finish it off. I do think that was a pretty good play, because not only does it get rid of my character, but the damage on it, I was really looking forward to sending that over. Hypnotic Strength, just trying to get some card draw. Dumbo, quest for 1. This is the only Dumbo that I run in my deck, so I was really hoping to try out this fun mechanic that he's got, to see if all the hype was worth it, but unfortunately... Alright, so she gets the hook down and then smash on my Dumbo. So that was my Dumbo debut, unfortunately. Alright, so I get the Basil down, get a Bell down, just to have something on the board and start questing up. Unfortunately, no damage to move anywhere. I quest with the elephant. I think at this point I'm just going to try to race her to 20. Penny comes down, does give the hook resist 1, which you got to pay attention to that. And the bodyguard as well. I think I would have done the bodyguard first and then given it resist with the penny. But yeah, we got a 0-4 bodyguard down. Hook's exerted. Bell takes out the bodyguard. Mim takes out the hook, and I quest for 1 with Basil. I wanted Mim to take out the hook just to get that damage on him. Could have used support and had him take out the bodyguard. Alright, so Bagheera, this is a fun one. I don't know how many she ran in her deck, but unfortunately, again, Blurple just has so many ways to deal with it. So I start off with Finder's Keepers. This is kind of the defining turn if I can't deal with, well, I mean, this Bagheera is kind of tricky into my elephant too, right? The more damage you send over, but I just use Into the Unknown, send it straight to the Inkwell. Take out the penny with my elephant. Quest up to 9. Alright, Be Our Guest. I think this is a fun tech to add to this deck. Normally what you're going to want to be looking for when you're in this position is the dock, which she does find. But it could be nice to find a Tiana, find a bodyguard, and you can sing it too, right? So Troubadour would be a good option. He only quests for one. You probably don't want to sing it with a Nala or a Penny or anything like that that quests for more. But and then it looks like she gets another one from the dock. And into the Mulan. Passes turn. So it looks like she opted not to play that Mulan. Probably saving it to use the discard ability. So I play Vision. Just trying to look for some answers to close this game out. Like I said, I think I did a really good job playing patiently, prioritizing card draw, looking for what I needed. I go ahead and quest for 4, get my Genie Supportive Friend down. This card is fun. I think it does really well into these aggro matchups. He's got a 3/5 stat line, so normally they can't strength of a Raging Fire on him because they only have 4 characters down usually. And then he can take out maybe 1 or 2 characters, and then I can either send the damage over with Bell, or I can just pop him and draw 3 cards. So I was really impressed with Genie Supportive Friend. Alright, so she got the Rhino down, got that Mulan down, gets the Penny down. Looks like, and then takes out my Basil. So I send the damage over from I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to see what's at the bottom of the page. But whatever's down there, my elephant takes it out. Bell quests for 2, Genie quests for 1. I'm not going to pop it right now. I don't need the card draw. I'd rather have the body on board because I have game if she doesn't have an answer to it. And then Elsa comes down, takes it out. And got game on board unless she can answer something. I'm just the hook, quest for 1. We go on to game 2. Alright, so game 2 starts. Goes right into the Rhino. And it's not my favorite opening against Blurple. I don't think you want to do that double or the shift on turn 2. I think you want to more try to flip the board against Blurple. We get that octopus, or I get the octopus down. My preferred 1-drop into this matchup. We get the hook and then fire the cannons. So we saw this play on round 1. Pretty effective. Quest for 1. Now I'm hoping I have a Tipo so I can get the elephant bounce. So I get the Tipo, get the extra ramp. So far we've done everything that we need to do. Alright, she inks for turn. Tiana down on turn 3. Quest for 2 up to 3. I think that's a good play. I think when all I have is a Tipo, you can quest. Even though your Tiana's not exerted, I think you're pretty safe. Especially since I'm at 4 ink, so I go ahead and ink for turn, quest for 1, so you know what's coming next. Elephant bounce. Back over to her. We get that Lady into Mulan. Lady was so annoying in all these matchups, just her ability to flood the board. I would say I had more trouble with Lady than I did with Tiana into these matchups. Which draws a card, discards a card, and she does go ahead and quest for 4 with that Tiana exerted. So I'm hoping I have an Into the Unknown. Just so good in this position. So I go ahead and Hypnotic Strength my elephant. Now it's at 5 strength. I would still unfortunately have to pay the fee, which it looks like I do, to take out that Tiana. I already get the 1 damage on the elephant, so that could be used to take out the Mulan. But this board is kind of getting away from me. The Hypnotic Strength was nice. I think it was my best option, but yeah, she's just flooding the board, and all I got is this elephant. Shift Rhino. I think she makes a play here. I think it would be the right move. I think you want to take this elephant out. My only hope of coming back in this game is this elephant. He's already got a damage on him, so I can take out the Mulan. So you got to figure your Mulan's done anyways. Yeah, it looks like she sends her Rhino and her hook into my elephant. The Rhino survives, hook doesn't. But I think that's a pretty good trade, right? And she quests for 3. Yeah, I definitely think that was the right call. So I do get my Elsa, take out the Lady. And she's down to 3 characters, but 4 lore on board. Oh, Strength takes out my Elsa. Just having a hard time keeping anything on this board. She quests for 4. That's kind of where this deck shines. You don't have a lot of control, but she has enough control to stop the 1 character that I'm able to put out. Tipo. Probably not the best play in this moment, but I want to get this elephant down. And that rhino did lose its resist when it took out my elephant. Let me take it out, but she gets the Nala down. Quests up to 18. So I'm pretty much going to have to take out 3 of these characters if I want to survive. Take out the rhino. Big Elsa. Okay, if anything can save me, I think that was about it. So I freeze the Nala and the one Mulan, but the other Mulan is able to ready. She plays a Lilo. Quest for 1. She's at 19. So yeah, I gotta clear everything off this board. And I don't know if that's possible. Monstro would be an option. I don't think I have one in my hand. Get the genie, just see if I can find an answer. Yeah, and I think that was a misplay. I think if I had moved the damage over to that Mulan, I could have cleared that board, but missed that. On to game 3. So this time, for the first time, I am on the play. I'm going to start off with absolutely nothing and pass turn. Luckily, I'm on the play. If you're on the draw, that is very hard to recover from. Not having a 1-drop into aggro. If you get your Tipo into your Mim Elephant, you can maybe come back, but it's a rough start for sure. She gets the Mulan down, luckily, nothing like a Daisy. Again, I don't know what was up with my camera job. I totally missed the bottom cards. Alright, so I do get the Tipo, so all hope is not lost. We're back in this. I'm able to ramp. I had to ink it into the unknown, which is unfortunate. There's a lot of uses for this card in this matchup. You want to use on Tianas, on the Rhinos. I think I did have a couple in my hand, though. Alright, so she inks for turn. Nala. Quest for 1. I don't mind Nala too much. She, like I said, I think the lady was more of a... This is not what I wanted to do on my turn. I put down the Iago, and again, we've already seen I've put down 2 Iagos that have both just been, Blaze Fire the Cannons, take it out. And there's a smash to take it out. Quest for 3. Yeah, my Tipo traded into that Mulan. So they're both gone. She's got the Nala. So I am able to come in with the Elsa and hit the Nala. So now it doesn't finish her, but now she can only quest for 2 instead of 3. So that's good. Slows it down a little bit. Not loving my situation right now. A little bit slower start. Iago, yeah, I think it was the only option I had, but not what you want to be playing into this deck. Alright, Lady into the hook. This board is filling up. Quest for 2, because the Nala's got damage on her. Alright, I need to start clearing this board. But again, Finders Keepers. I think watching this, it stresses me out. I'm like, what are you doing playing a Finders Keepers? But she's only at 6 lore. I am able to take that Nala out. So she's only got 3 lore on board at the moment. And I'm not at 7 ink. I want to get up to 7 ink. I want to get some cards to finish off this late game. But I have to survive that long. Smash. Okay, I still survive. But then Lady sings Strength. So a lot of resources, right? 2 cards and then Exerted Lady. So you gave up 2 lore and 2 actions to sing that, to finish off that Elsa. I think that might be the right call. Maybe if that's all you had. It looks like she has some cards in her hand, but... Alright, so then I Hades the Lady. All that's left is that hook. Alright, so Tiana, I think a little too late. Quest for 1. That might have... I don't know if you quest there or you hold for the Tiana to exert, because I'm just going to take him out with my Hades. Yep. Hades takes out hook. Get a Basil down. Getting ready to take out this Tiana. Bell, send 1 damage over, why not? Actually, I think that was a pretty good move because my Hades only hits for 3, although Bell can take her out, but I guess Basil plus Bell, yeah, she can finish her off without even paying the penalty. But Tiana exerts, quest for 2, Gets the bodyguard down. Quest for with Basil. Pay 3. Into the unknown. Pay 3 for the fee. Yeah, the Tiana. Quest for 2. Into the unknown. I think the MVP into these Amber Steel matchups. Just a Pluto, not what you want to see at this moment. Give strength to Belle just for the sake of drawing a card. Get my genie supported friend down. Go ahead and quest up to 9. Fire the cannons, just take out one of my Basils, just slow me down a little bit. But not what you want to see top decked. Just get the lady down, but nothing to add with it with its ability. She's trying to decide if she quests. She takes out the Belle. Probably the right move there. You'd get a lore from the Pluto, but probably better served to take out my Belle. Yeah, I'm just going to take out that Pluto with my Basil, get it off the board. Hades, the lady, quest for 3. I'm not going to pop the genie yet. But I got total control, 5 lore on board, 2 turn clock. Rhino comes down, not terrible in this position. Get a genie down. I'm going to go ahead and quest for 4. I think I'm deciding if I want to pop the genie. Yeah, just quest it. Game on board. I don't think there's a way to answer this. But she's got the lady. And strength, take out. Yeah. I mean, she could trade it in with the Rhino, but either way, I got a floor on board. All right, then we go to round 3 against, guess what? Another Amber Steel Aggro. At least this time, I'm on the play. So I get my Octopus guard down. Turn 1. She gets the hook. Then I sail. I've really been trying to TPO in these matchups, but on the play, I think it's okay to use sail because you're not starting behind. You might even get another 1-drop down, but it doesn't work very often. Turn 2, Aurora, and Daisy. I don't know if I saw any Daisies in those last couple matchups. Give me kind of a challenge to deal with. Quest for 1. Don't know if I would have quested there because my Octopus can just take him out. So I get that Dumbo down again, my 1 Dumbo. Having 1 card is kind of a pain because you feel like whenever you find it in your mulligan, you have to keep it or you'll never see it again. So even though it's not the best in this matchup, I probably felt like if I don't keep him now, I'm never going to see him again. She goes ahead and quests, gets the Tiana out, gets the Mulan down. Probably should wait with that Daisy, the Tiana. So my Dumbo survived a turn. That's exciting to see. An Ink, Elsa, the Tiana, which is a good sign. Yep, into the unknown with the Dumbo. And then my Octopus takes out the Aurora. Says, yeah, the Octopus was able to do good work because it was able to take out that hook, survive, and then take out another character. So I gotta be careful with that. So she ladies, she does have another Daisy and a small Rhino. So this board's getting a little wide. I got some good characters on board though. She goes and quests for 3. Back over to me. Maybe I'll get to use Dumbo's ability this game. No, I trade into the Daisy. Probably the right thing to do. This board's getting a little wide. Use Belle to move a damage over, take out that Mulan. Yeah, see, Belle and Elsa have really been doing the work, and the elephant. Gets a Tiana down. That's the second one. Yeah, you gotta decide if you want to quest or wait for that Tiana. That's happened several times. That's a tough call. And I'm going up to 7 inks, so you gotta be careful with the Hades. So I used Dumbo's ability. Yay, first time. Wonder if I'll do it with Elsa. Might as well, I mean, right? We don't have anything we can take out. Get the cards while we can. Yep. Use it with Elsa. Up to 4. Inca Monstro. Quest for 2. Oh, I apologize. That 2 puts me at 4. Alright, so she gets the Aurora down. I think she's ready to start questing out now that she's got the Tiana down. She goes in and quests for 7. Ouch. To 11. So hopefully I haven't answered that Tiana or I am in trouble. Either Hades, Into the Unknown. Get Elsa. I don't know if that was right. Okay, so I shift Big Elsa. Kind of rude of me. Deucing Into the Unknown. Okay, Elsa takes out Daisy, and then Belle takes out Lady. So now all that's left is a Frozen, Baby Rhino, and Aurora. Okay, not the greatest top deck. Yeah, I think I'm just going to clear what I can, take out those 2 characters. Does suck though, because it feels bad giving up the 3 lore from Elsa to take out a one drop character. Genie supportive friend. And looks like I passed turn. Alright, so she gets the zombie Lilo out from the discard and then plays another Lilo. These things can be annoying if you don't deal with them. I mean, you really want to Hades or Into the Unknown them. It just feels so bad on a 2-drop, but it's the only thing that stops them from coming back. Alright, ink per turn. Genie. And Elsa. Exert the Lilo. And just clear the board. Quest for 3 with Elsa. Yeah, so I think I got... Don't quite have game on board. I got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, but then Hades comes through, puts that Rhino in the inkwell. And she scoops after that, yeah. On to game 2. Alright, so starts with Baby Rhino. Get the Basil down. And not my preferred into this, but you take what you can get. And shifts right away. Quest for 2. Feeling okay right now. I know that's a slower start, and I'm okay with that. I get the Tipo down. Not going to quest with that Basil for sure. Just goes 3 ink. Nala. Ooh, fire the cannons on my Basil. That hurts. Quest for 2. Still got the Tipo, so if I have the elephant in hand, I can still get it down. But I do not. Apparently, I put the Genie supportive friend down. I mean, he's got 3 attack too. He's pretty good. Aurora, Daisy, quest for 5. Alright, so it looks like take out the Nala with the Genie, Into the Unknown on the Rhino, quest with my Tipo. I mean, I don't mind if they double trade into my Tipo, then Genie can finish off Daisy, but I don't think that's going to happen. Ooh, fire the cannons, takes out my Tipo. Quest for 3 up to 12. So I hit the Daisy and then move the 1 damage over with the Belle, able to finish her off. So, I mean, I'm not in terrible shape right now. It's 12 to 1, but I got 2 pretty good characters on the board. Genie's card draw is always available if I need it. Elsa into the hook. Quest for 3. Alright, so be our guest. Yeah, a lot of Amber Steel players I played were running Be Our Guest and Smash, which I don't see too often. Looks like she finds the dock. Dock is really, you can think you have your opponent, they're out of cards, and they pull that dock and it just spirals out of control. And another dock. Alright, so she's starting to build the board back up. I get my Dumbo out, use its ability with Elsa. Sail, just get the extra card draw. Quest for 3. I'm hesitant to pop the Genie because I don't want to give up the body on board, but maybe I should have done it there. I might be getting low on cards. Bodyguard comes out. Ooh, resist 1. Quest for 3. She's got a game on board now. 5 lower away. I don't have a way to deal with this Pluto. That could get messy. So I do finally pop the Genie. So for those that aren't aware, when you pop him, you shuffle him into your deck and then draw 3 cards. It's a pretty sweet ability. And here comes Monstro. And I just got all those cards from Genie, so I can go for a while here. So I take out the Bodyguard first. And then I just go into the Aurora, discard, dock, discard, dock, discard. It does finish off my Monstro. Then I quest for 4. Alright, so we're almost there. 13, 15, Daisy, dock. What's that? I think the third one we've seen this game. Fire the cannons and dock trade into my bell. I did notice this earlier, that dock was just played, so that shouldn't have been able to happen, but that's on both of us, right? Always be mindful. It's so easy to forget things like that or not notice. Hades takes out the Daisy. Elsa takes out the Penny. Quest for 1. Or I apologize, I think I used his ability. So I'm pretty darn close, right? I got 4 lower on board. But here comes Mulan. And if she finds that 4th dock, oh my gosh. That is all 4 docks in this game. If no one else has caught that. All 4 docks. And Lady Lilo. Man. So I think I did a pretty good job. I made it pretty close. Ironically, if that bell was still on the field, I'd have enough to quest out right now. But yeah, it looks like I came up just short, 2 lore short. But yeah, I'm digging for answers, seeing what I can find. Use Dumbo's ability. I don't have any way to gain 2 lore instantly, like no gathering knowledge and wisdom or anything like that. Really miss goats sometimes. Yeah. On to game 3. Alright, I'm on the play. And I have no 1-drop again. She gets the baby rhino down. I do have the Tipo. I think I saw in my hand I got an elephant there, so we're in okay shape. Shift rhino again. Up to 2. Quest with Tipo. You know what's coming next? Elephant bounce. Inks return. We got a lady into a penny. Gives resist 1. So now the rhino has resist 3. Ooh. Like I said, lady's really just a pain to deal with. Finder's keeper. So I was talking about earlier, I think I did a really good job of playing this game patiently. From Finders, I'm able to find Into the Unknown, send into the Inkwell. Now that does ramp her up 2. So I think she's got just as much ink as I do at this point. She's got 5 ink. So it's a ramp deck. You really want to have more ink. Another lady into a Nala. That is quite the board. And then a Daisy to boot. So I do have the elephant on board, but she's got her work cut out for her. Now the question, do you quest here? So this play, I understand the mindset. You have no way to deal with this elephant. 7 willpower for steel is very hard to deal with. So she sinks 5 damage onto it, with I think the mindset being finished off next turn. And unfortunately, everything had just been played except that penny who can't finish it off. So I think it might have been better to wait on that. And then it looks like she's gonna quest, but then changes her mind and does not. So I immediately move 2 damage over, take out that Nala, and I think now I got a shot to get back in this game. I got the elephant on board. It's got damage on it. Should still have 3 damage on it after moving that 2 over. Also, it'd feel really good right now. Don't seem to have it, so I play the genie, get the card draw. Vision. What I like about Vision is because Blurple oftentimes will have 2 extra ink. So just being able to play something and find what you need for the next turn, I think is really nice. Then my Mim's going to go into that lady, take her out. Still got Lady, Penny, Daisy on board. So still a bit of a board. Baby Rhino. Gives the -1 to the elephant. I just mark that with the dice. Don't forget. But then she trades into with the lady. So I do think that was the right move. Because that elephant's just going to keep slinging damage over if you don't deal with it. Alright, Hypnotic Strength onto the genie. Can now trade into the Daisy. And I draw a card. Ink the Yago because he's worthless into steel. Play another Finder's Keepers. Really getting that card draw. And pass turn. Tiana down. Probably going to want to wait to exert anything until that Tiana's exerted. Don't forget to ready your genie there, buddy. There we go. Alright, so I get out the Hades. Obviously taking out the Tiana, quest for 2. Still don't have total board control yet. 8-3, but we're getting back in it. I really think that Mim elephant strength moment was... I think she might have pulled it off if she hadn't done that. Okay, shift Rhino. Quest for 4, up to 12. I have a whole ton of cards, though. I've played 2 Finders Keepers, Genie. I've just had a lot of opportunities to draw a card of Vision. I don't think I would have had that luxury if I was on the draw this game. Alright, so Into the Unknown. I have my double Into the Unknown play. Quest for 4. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't quest for 4. I sing second star to the right. So yeah, just really prioritizing that card draw. And it would have been easy in this moment to think it's 3-12. I need a quest to get caught back up. But really just knowing that I can't keep board control if I don't have cards. Tiana comes down. I got 3 1-drops out of second star to the right. Not what I was looking for, but... Alright, so got another Into the Unknown, my 3rd one. Quest up to 10. Oof, not a good top deck. And we scoop go on to game, or I'm sorry, scoop go on to round top 4. So she scoops me on to top 4. Against the Ruby Steel player, I'm the 1 seed, he's the 4 seed. I get the Octopus Royal Guard down, he gets the Mulan down. This guy had a really fun deck, Ruby Steel. As we'll see from this, Ruby Steel just lacks a lot of card draw. Ruby specifically. He had a little bit of an aggro build with some challenger stuff. So I get Sail on turn 2. Go ahead and pass. Could have exerted, traded with that Mulan, but. Alright, Calhoun, quest for 1. Calhoun's scary. I quest with my octopus, which means Mim Elephant's coming down. Now he does have more of an aggro build, so I get the mindset where you just want to throw things down in quest, gets the Pete down. But you don't want to exert that Calhoun there. My elephant trades right into it and gets 3 damage. You can send it right over. Keep the Calhoun up. Play the genie, get the card draw. And get a Basil down as well. Might be worth it here to trade the Pete and the Mulan into my elephant. See it off the board, because it's probably taking out both next turn anyways. Could get a Nala down. Just thinking about it. Yeah, he trades with the elephant. Probably a good call, because the elephant would have just taken out that Nala for free next turn. And probably the Pete as well. And then Nathaniel Flint. You don't see this card very often. It's a pretty much Smee, but instead of gaining a damage if it's exerted at the end of your turn, you can't play it unless you've dealt damage. So making that trade with the elephant allowed him to play it. Kind of cool to see. Surprised it doesn't see more play. Alright, so we got another genie down, quest for 2. Alright, play smash onto my genie. Quest for 5 up to 8. This is a fun bit of tech. He's got a Light the Fuse, another one. Surprised doesn't see a little bit more play. Maybe in these Ruby Steel decks it does, but it deals 1 damage for each exerted character, so enough to finish off my genie. So Basil Quest gives support to the genie, who can now take out Nathaniel Flynn. I take 3 damage so that I can send it right over with the bell and finish off that Nala. Total board control. I believe he's in top deck at the moment. I mean, it's unfortunate. Ruby Steel is such a fun color combo with a lot of cool things, but outside of dock, not a lot of card draw. You could do the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so top deck's Thievery. Now what you want to see here, he gains a lore, I lose a lore. Yep, I go into Finders Keepers. But yeah, I mean, Steel has Beyond the Horizon, but with these decks that don't ramp, it's really hard to get that high. Desperate Plan's another option, but a lot of uninkables. Let's go ahead and quest for 5. Strength. Probably the worst card to top deck in that moment. No cards on the field, does nothing. Vision of the Future. Just looking for something to close out this game. Get the Dumbo down. Yeah, and I could use its ability with Genie, but at this point I'm just trying to race to the end, get to 20. Yeah, so he gets the happy down. I'm still not all the way to 20 yet. Looks like I got pretty close. Yeah, so I get over to 19, play the Hades on the happy. Bit overkill. And on to game 2. Alright, so he's on the play. Took out. I respond with the Basil. Yeah, Hook is good on the draw. On the play, you're always just kind of scared to quest with him. I think Mulan might be a little bit better on the play. Try to find your dock or something. Alright, so quest for 2 gets Vanellope down. The Vase of 1. Quest for 1. Yeah, this is a card that sees some play. This Vanellope is a cheap answer to Dumbo. We've seen a lot of Ruby Amethyst. Look at the Tipo ramp down. Trade right into that hook. Alright, so it goes in Inks for turn. and Pete. Right, ink, quest with Tipo, which means that we got the elephant coming back. I'm thinking if I take out that Pete with my elephant, you can send the damage over. Take out that Vanellope. Yeah, it feels bad sending a Genie or an Elsa into Vanellope. It takes 3 damage. Unless you got the bell, it might work. So ink smash. Deals 2 damage on the elephant. Plays the happy and thievery. So that was all of his cards. And the 2 damage, yeah, that's just rough. I send it right back over, take out the Vanellope. I don't even need my evasive characters to finish it off. And then, yeah, take out the Pete. Send the damage over with Bell. Yeah, very careful with Elephant. I mean, it's so big, you think, well, I'll deal some damage now and finish it off next turn, but it sends 2 damage over every turn. Not enough ink to play the Half Shark. Just go ahead and inks it. Play Sail. We'll use some Genies or something to start getting some lore here. Octopus, that's not what I was looking for. Quest for 3. Yeah, when Ruby lost B Prep, really changed the game, right? And quest for 1. I'm getting another elephant out. I think I just don't have anything better to play. Quest for 3. 7. Okay, we get this Mushu down. It's pretty fun. You can exert him to give chosen character Rush. If he thinks about playing this Mulan, I think he's going to use the ability, the Mushu's ability on it next turn. But yeah, you can see with maybe a Maui Half Shark or something, that would be a really cool mechanic. I go ahead and quest for 4. Get another bell down, just to have something on the, something that's getting me lore here. Mulan. Discards a card. Uses the ability on the Mushu, so it gives the, it's going to give the Mulan Rush. Yeah, you can see how this deck he's playing would do really well into those Amber Steel decks that I've been playing all day. So, did a great job making his top 4, cleaning up those aggro decks. Yeah, take out the Mushu just in case I don't want to see a shark or anything come through. Hypnotic Strength just for the card draw. Quest up to 16. Got game on board next turn. Good game. Alright, on to the finals. Alright, so I am on the play, get my octopus down. Fire the cannons, okay. I think that was a good move. She saw a lot of the elephants. This is the same opponent I played in round 2. So I use Sail. Again, I'm on the play, so I feel okay about that. Feels really bad on the draw. Alright, she gets the Mulan down. Nice to have another 1-drop here. Yeah, gets the hook down. And Genie. Alright, so she does get the Tiana down on 3. Wes, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is it right to quest there? Or you wait for the Tiana? Because I just trade right into that Mulan. Send the damage right over with Bell. Pass back. Alright, Inks for turn. Smash onto the Bell. Fire the cannons, finishes her off. Quest for 2. We saw a similar play before, so a lot of resources used to get rid of my characters where maybe that's all you got in your hand. But I get the supportive friend down. some card draw if I need it. Quest for, oh nope. Do a little spinny sing on Into the Unknown. Take out that Tiana. Just get the board control. Lady into Mulan. No cards in hand, so just discards it. Yeah, if you don't find that dock, you can run out of gas real quick. Yep, Hades the lady. Quest for 3. Pluto out. Bodyguard. Quest for 1. Go ahead and pop it. It's kind of a pain. Every time you pop it, shuffle into your deck. Get your deck cut. Draw 3. Kind of like you're welcome, right? Second star to the right. So I'm really just prioritizing getting some cards in hand. I know that she's out of cards, so if I can just start to flood the board. Oh, and found the Hades. There goes the Pluto. And a Basil. Alright, Penny gives the Mulan resist. Quest for 1. I really need a dock in this situation. Take out the Mulan. Yeah, Bell comes through, sends the 2 damage over. It's almost better not to quest with the Mulan. She's kind of a liability in this matchup with the Bell damage. Quest up to 9. Bodyguard, nope. It's not going to do it. Sail. Get this genie down. This genie did nothing for me all day, and right now it's kind of a win more card, but got a fun ability that whenever you play a card, you draw a card, but then at the end of your turn, you have to put it at the bottom of your deck. So meant for more of those maybe longer grindy matchups. I don't know. I didn't use them all weekend really. As we scoop, we go to game 2. So she starts with the Rhino. Octopus Guard. That's really what I'm looking for on the draw. See the shift Rhino. So Bodyguard, quest for 1. I don't know if you see some of these decks running Bodyguard, some don't. So no ramp on 2, but I get a Basil down. I just send 2 into Bodyguard. I feel like might as well. It's a kind of a pain to deal with, and I haven't got my ramp. Alright, Ink's return. Gets a hook out. Another hook. Quest for 2. She's getting a big board. It's unfortunately they don't quest for very much. 4 lower total. So here's kind of a fun play. So I take out the Bodyguard. Take out the Rhino. And like I said, I missed ramp on 2, but I do have Into the Unknown. And I send my Octopus Guard. I chose him instead of Basil because if one of these hooks challenges, Basil will at least trade. I could have been risky, if the Tiana comes down. So yep, smash on the Basil, quest for 2. Got nothing on board, but I did get my ramp back. Elsa would feel really good here. Oh, no Elsa, just play the Genie. Ink, pass turn. Alright, so there's that Tiana. Hopefully I've got another Into the Unknown or something. Passes, waiting for that. Yep. So I exert the Tiana, which means Genie's going to sing Into the Unknown. Pass turn. Alright, so another Tiana. Don't think I've got a third Into the Unknown in my hand. Fire the cannons on my Genie. And I want to be mindful, you just don't want to be slinging damage across sometimes because that Bell could come down. Yep, no, Genie. Quest for 3. She gets Lilo down, gets Nala down. Okay, getting a pretty good board here. Definitely want to quest. Up to 9. I'm not enough ink if I have a Hades. Be a great time to take out that Tiana. So go ahead and pop that Genie. I think I'm trying to find Hades, Into the Unknown, anything. Yep, there's the Hades. Take out the Tiana, trade into the 2 hooks. So yeah, that's what I like about that Genie, is good body on board. But when you, in an emergency situation, Dumbo's a little slow. And I could have put the Dumbo down and drawn off the Genie and the Elsa, but I wouldn't have enough ink left to play Hades. So Strength takes out my Genie, slows me down a little bit, goes for 5, up to 14. Getting there. But it looks like she's out of cards. Thinking. Go ahead and trade. Clear the board. Another Genie supportive friend. Vision. Probably looking for an Elsa or Hades or something to take out whatever comes down next. Zombie Lilo comes out. And Mulan. Yeah, Lilo's tricky. I mean, it's nice she can come back, but she comes back exerted, and you have to decide before you draw cards if you want to play or not. So Belle comes down, takes out that Mulan with the damage. Yeah, just take out the Lilo. Dumbo. Quest for 3. A little late there, Dumbo. And oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm at 7. Just trying to close this gap, get to 20. There's Big Genie again, who does nothing. You do draw a card when you play him. Go ahead and quest for 6, up to 13. Game on board. Put my hand at the bottom of my deck. Zombie Lilo comes back. And that's it. It was a great tournament, lot of aggro. But as you saw from these games, if you got Mim Elephant, bounce something back, Elsa's really great, Belle's really great into that. It can be done. And check out this build I got it linked in the description with a supportive friend, the Genie supportive friend over the Dumbo. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share with a fellow Lumineer, and keep on learning Lorcana, one misplay at a time.